Welcome to the Book Insider. Today we're talking about the book The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. If you've ever thought, I don't know if I can do this before starting something, that's exactly where failure begins. But if you truly believe, yes, I can do this, that's your first step toward success. This book strongly emphasizes the power of belief. David says that your belief is the spark that triggers action. And without action, dreams stay just dreams. Think about it. When a baby learns to walk, they fall, get up, fall again, but they don't stop. Why? Because they believe they can walk one day. That belief keeps them trying. But as we grow up, society, failures, past experiences, and other people's opinions weaken our belief. We start thinking, maybe I'm not good enough, or what if I fail? What will people say? This doubt builds an invisible wall that holds us back. Schwartz says doubt is like a silent virus. It enters your mind and slowly kills every good thought. When you doubt yourself, you lose the energy, focus, and confidence to even try. But when you truly believe, your brain gets a signal. This is possible. And then, your mind starts finding ways to make it real. Now you might be thinking, believing alone won't make it happen. You're right. But Schwartz says belief triggers action. When you believe, you try. When you try, you learn. When you learn, you improve. And when you improve, you succeed. Let's say you're scared of public speaking. But one day you decide, I need to learn this. I can do it. You start watching videos, practicing in the mirror, speaking in small groups, and slowly you become a confident speaker. But if you had thought, nope, I can't do this, from the start, you would have never even tried. That's the difference between belief and doubt. Schwartz also found that successful people aren't always the smartest or most talented. They just believe they deserve success. They stay motivated to do big things. They don't use obstacles as excuses, they break through them. They don't see failure as the end, they use it as a stepping stone. Belief works like an emotional engine. It gives you the burning desire to wake up, keep going, and rise after every fall. He says, if you don't believe in yourself, why should anyone else? Believing in yourself is your first and biggest investment. Now, belief isn't some magic trick. You won't just wake up one day and everything's perfect. In the beginning, you'll feel fake confidence and fear. But facing that fear, that's what belief is. The more you believe, the more you'll act. The more you act, the more you'll succeed. And that success will keep building your belief. It's a positive cycle. One more thing Schwartz points out. Just like negative thinking spreads negativity, strong belief inspires others. When you believe in yourself and your ideas, people take you seriously. You attract opportunities, support, and inspiration. For example, imagine someone starts a business and says with full confidence, I know this will work. People listen, invest, and support. But if they say, let's see what happens, maybe it'll work, people feel unsure too. Your belief influences others. So, Schwartz suggests, before starting anything, check your belief. Ask yourself, do I really believe I can do this? If the answer is no, rebuild your belief system. Train your mind daily with positive affirmations, inspiring stories, and small wins. The more proof you give yourself that you're capable, the stronger your belief becomes. And remember, belief doesn't mean you'll never fail. Everyone fails. You can support our channel by subscribing, buying a membership, or even sending help through UPI or PayPal. Now, let's get back to the summary. The difference is, when you believe, you don't see failure as the end. You see it as feedback. And that mindset gives you the courage to try again. So if you truly want to achieve something big, whether it's a job, a relationship, your health, or a dream project, the first thing you need to work on is your belief. Throw out the doubts and tell yourself, yes, I can. Because when you believe, you move. And when you move, the world starts opening up paths for you. Remember, belief is where it all begins. That belief is the magic that helps you take the first step toward your goal. If you've read this far, here's one small but powerful thought. Believe big. Think big. Act big. Because small beliefs bring small results. Big beliefs? They change your life. Ever noticed? When we think of doing something big, the first thing that pops into our mind is excuses. I'm not healthy. I'm not smart enough. I'm too old. I've never been lucky. These 4 excuses usually hide one thing, fear. Fear, hesitation, and the habit of avoiding new things. David Schwartz, in his book The Magic of Thinking Big, calls this problem excusitis. It's not a medical disease, it's a mental one. And it quietly kills growth. He says excusitis is a habit where people always find a reason for their failure or inaction. And the worst part, most people don't even realize they're doing it. Let's look at the 4 most common excuses. 1. Poor health. Many people say, "I'm not well, so I can't take risks or do hard work." But there are thousands of people who succeeded despite serious health problems. Take Helen Keller. She couldn't see or hear, but still became an inspiration to millions. Instead of wasting energy on excuses, use it for a healthy diet, light exercise, and rest. Stop using health as an excuse. Use it as motivation. I will get fit and chase my dreams. 2. Lack of intelligence. People think they can't succeed because they're not born smart. But success isn't about IQ. Being smart doesn't mean knowing everything. It means being willing to learn. Even if you're not a genius, it's okay. Work hard, keep learning, and improve. Some of the most successful leaders and entrepreneurs were just average students. What made them different? They didn't make excuses, they took action. Schwartz says, "Thinking is more important than raw intelligence." A strong mindset, learning attitude, and consistent effort matter more than any IQ. 3. I'm too old or too young. This is another common excuse. Some say, "I'm too old," while others say, "I'm too young." But the truth is, there's no perfect age for success. Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 60s. And today, many teens are launching businesses at 15 or 16. Age is just a number. Mindset is what really matters. Whether you have energy if you're young or experience if you're older, feel proud of it. 4. Bad luck. People say, "I'm just unlucky. That guy got lucky, that's why he won." Schwartz says this is the most dangerous excuse. Why? Because it makes you feel powerless. If you blame luck for everything, you stop taking action. But successful people don't wait for luck. They prepare, they work hard, and they create their own opportunities. You can't control luck, but you can control how prepared and how positive you are. And most of the time, the most prepared people are the ones who get lucky. So now ask yourself, if you believe in any of these excuses, health, intelligence, age, or luck, can you really achieve something big? No, right? Schwartz says, every time you make an excuse, you push your own growth back by 10 steps. Excuses don't bring respect, results, or happiness. They keep you in a comfort zone. But that comfort zone turns you into an average version of yourself. So Schwartz strongly recommends, if you truly want to do something big in life, the first step is to identify your excuses. Notice when and why you make them. Like, I don't have time. I feel scared because I don't have money. But I ask myself, is this the real reason or just an excuse? Whenever your mind gives you an excuse, challenge it. Ask yourself, if someone else was in this situation, would they give up or find a way? Then ask yourself again, what can I do despite this excuse? The best way to beat excuses is action. Action is the opposite of excuses. When you take action, your excuses slowly fade away. For example, if your excuse is, I don't have skills, then action means start learning that skill. If your excuse is, I don't have time, then action means check your schedule and remove unimportant tasks to make time. Getting out of the excuse mindset is a habit. At first, your mind will keep making excuses. But every time you reject them and take action, you'll feel a new energy. Slowly, you'll realize that you've risen above your excuses. And that's where your real growth starts. A life full of excuses leads to regret. But a life full of action brings satisfaction, pride, and success. This isn't about saying life won't have problems. Everyone has problems. The difference is, some people use problems as excuses. Others use them as reasons to grow stronger and move forward. So if you dream big, shut down that inner voice that says, you can't do it. You lack this or that. Replace it with a new voice that says, I'll do it, no matter what. Because life rewards those who take action, not those who make excuses. Stop making excuses. Start doing. That's the clear and powerful message. Sometimes we feel we don't have what it takes. We lack the confidence others have. When we see someone speak confidently on stage or make bold decisions, we just stand back and wish we could do the same. But the truth is, confidence is not something you're born with. It's a skill you build with practice. In The Magic of Thinking Big, David J. Schwartz says, confidence grows when we face our fears. If you keep avoiding fear, it grows. But when you face it, it gets smaller. Every time you face your fear, your confidence rises. Take riding a bike. At first, the kid is scared of falling and getting hurt. But with practice, they get better and more confident. The same idea works in every area of life: public speaking, meeting new people, or making big decisions. Confidence comes only when you try. Schwartz gives a simple tip. Take small actions daily that push you out of your comfort zone. Smile and greet a stranger. Share your ideas confidently in a meeting. When you do this, you signal your brain, I'm capable. I can take action even when I'm scared. That habit makes your confidence stronger. Here's a powerful line from Schwartz. Act confident, and you'll feel confident. It doesn't mean be fake. It means move forward despite fear. Stand straight. Make eye contact. Speak clearly. People will see you as confident, and soon your brain will believe it too. Schwartz also suggests saying positive things to yourself. I can do this. I'm stronger than my fear. I'm here to learn, not just to win. These small affirmations reprogram your brain. Negative self-talk like, I can't do this, people will judge me, I'm not good enough, kills your confidence from inside. Replace that with positive self-talk. Another great way to build confidence is through knowledge and preparation. If you're not confident about something, learn it well. The more prepared you are, the less nervous you'll be. And finally, use visualization. Mentally picture yourself doing the task with confidence. For example, if you need to speak at an event, imagine yourself on stage, speaking calmly, and people listening attentively. When you visualize, your brain gets a positive memory. So when the real moment comes, your brain recalls that image, and you feel more confident. Schwartz also talks about a common mistake. We compare ourselves to others and feel small. When we see someone confident, we think, they were born that way. I can never be like that. But that's wrong. We're all different, and we all have the same capacity to build confidence. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to your past self. Are you getting better than yesterday? That's the real measure. The confidence journey is not smooth. Sometimes you'll feel nervous, sometimes you'll fail. But Schwartz says, falling isn't failing, failing to try is. Every time you get back up, your strength and confidence grow. So don't give up. Keep practicing. Take small steps. Slowly, you'll start believing in yourself. Now imagine your life if you had full confidence. If you could speak up in meetings without fear, answer interviews confidently, and boldly share your ideas. All of this is possible. It depends on your actions. Confidence is not a luxury. It's a necessity, and everyone has the ability to build it. The only difference? Some people take action despite fear. Others hide behind excuses. The message is clear. Face your fear. Speak up. Take risks. And watch your confidence soar. So next time you think, I don't have confidence, just remember, it's not something you need to find outside. It's already inside you. You just need a little courage, a little action, and a little time. If you're ready to give that, nothing can stop you from becoming confident and successful. Everyone wants a life that's meaningful and worth being proud of. But many believe only lucky people achieve big things. That's not true. In The Magic of Thinking Big, David J. Schwartz says, if you want more, you need to think bigger. That's where it starts, with goal setting and vision. If you don't think about what you want or how to get it, achieving anything big becomes nearly impossible. When we set small goals, we limit ourselves. But when we dream big, our mind expands. Schwartz says, your mind is like a muscle. The more you stretch it, the more it grows. When you set bold and ambitious goals, your brain starts looking for ways to achieve them. Goal setting isn't just about writing things in a notebook and forgetting them. It's a deep emotional process where you define what you want, what you're capable of, and where you want your life to go. With that clarity, taking action becomes easier. Schwartz says, the first step to goal setting is visualization. Create a clear picture in your mind that what you want is already your reality. Imagine, you have the job you love. Your business is growing. Your family is happy. You feel confident and satisfied. That's not fantasy, it's vision. When you vividly imagine something, with all the small details, your brain starts working to make it real. But it's not just about seeing the image. You need to feel it. The happiness, the pride, the satisfaction, feel it all in your imagination. When you keep seeing and feeling a goal in your mind, it starts to sink into your subconscious. That's when the real magic begins. Your subconscious starts pushing you toward that goal. But just imagining isn't enough. Schwartz clearly says, to turn vision into reality, you need a solid plan. A plan that's practical, has deadlines, and moves you forward step by step. Break your big goal into small, doable actions, like milestones. For example, If you want to become an author, your first step could be writing 500 words a day. Then complete one chapter in a month. Then a full draft in 3 months. Each small step you complete gives you a feeling of progress, boosts motivation, and builds confidence. The more you move forward, the more momentum you get. Schwartz emphasizes this. When you see your own progress, you stop being afraid of your big goals. You feel excited, right? A lot of people don't set big goals because they think, how will I ever achieve something so big? Or they say, I don't have time, resources, or experience. But Schwartz reminds us, no big goal ever happens unless you first dare to think big. If you only decide what you can do based on your current situation, you'll never grow. That's what vision really means. Looking beyond your current reality and imagining what you can become. Schwartz doesn't just link goal setting to personal success. It ties it to a bigger purpose. When your goals aren't just about making money or becoming famous, but about doing something meaningful, your motivation becomes much deeper. Another key point Schwartz shares is, write your goals down. When you write them on paper, they stop being vague thoughts and become real commitments. Reading them daily keeps you focused on the direction your life should go. Many successful people follow this habit. They review their goals daily, revise them, and track their progress. Sometimes, while working on a goal, you'll face setbacks, failures, rejections, or delays. But Schwartz says, setbacks don't define where you end up. They just mean you need to adjust and become stronger. If your vision is strong, no obstacle can stop you. Schwartz also suggests talking to others about your goals, especially those who support you. Sharing your vision helps in 2 ways. It gives you clarity, and it makes you feel more accountable. Sometimes, even one conversation can shift your mindset. Another thing you'll need? Patience. Often we want quick results. But Schwartz reminds us, big things take time. You need to stick to your plan, celebrate small wins, and keep faith in your vision. They say, big success is just the total of many small successes. In the end, goal setting and vision aren't just ideas. They're like a compass that gives your life direction. With a clear vision, you avoid distractions, invest your energy in the right places, and slowly unlock your full potential. So the real question isn't, can I do it? But, what do I want to do, and am I ready for it? Schwartz's message is simple. Think big. Visualize clearly. Make smart plans. Take action daily. And watch how your dream turns into your reality. Every person has a unique way of seeing the world, a different perspective. But from childhood, we're often taught to think in a certain way. Society, school, and people tell us, this is how it's done. Play it safe. Don't take risks. Over time, our thinking gets boxed in, and we fall into traditional patterns. David J. Schwartz says, if you want to achieve something big, you need to break out of traditional thinking and start thinking creatively. Creative thinking means looking at things differently, finding new ways, and asking questions instead of blindly following old rules. Is this really the best way? Is there a better option? When we start challenging routines, systems, and old ideas, that's when real creativity begins. Schwartz says, every big business, invention, and success story started with a creative idea. People dared to think differently when others said, that's not possible. Many of us think creativity is just for artists or inventors. But the truth is, every person has creativity inside them. It just needs to be activated. This happens when you open your mind to new ideas, new possibilities, and most importantly, without fear of failure. Schwartz says, don't let fear block your creativity. Fear of failure shuts down your imagination. So, if you want to think creatively, you have to learn that failure is not the end. It's part of the journey. Ever noticed how little kids imagine anything freely? No hesitation. They turn a pen into a rocket, a bedsheet into a superhero cape, because they haven't yet learned what's possible and what's not. And isn't that pure creativity? But as we grow up, society teaches us to be practical, not to dream, to think logically. And slowly, creativity gets buried. Schwartz talks about breaking this conditioning, to bring back the habit kids have, freely imagining and thinking openly. In business, if you only do what everyone else is doing, you'll never stand out. Every successful entrepreneur thought of something new, tried something new, and that's how they found success. Schwartz says, if you want to move ahead in your business or career, you need to make it a habit to see your work in a new way every day. Ask yourself, can I make this better? Is there a more effective way? These questions take you out of routine and push you toward innovation. Creative thinking is just as important in relationships, whether it's with family, friends, or partners. We often fall into patterns. Same conversations, same fights, same misunderstandings. Schwartz suggests that if you want strong and exciting relationships, you have to think creatively, like surprising someone, understanding problems from a new angle, or trying a new way to resolve conflict. That's emotional intelligence and creativity working together. Creativity plays a big role in life planning too. Many people live by the same template. Study, get a job, get married, pay EMIs, and just pass time. Schwartz challenged this cycle. Is this your dream life, or do you want something different? If you want to design your life like an architect builds a dream house, you need creativity. Creative thinking gives you the courage to ask yourself, if there were no limits, what would I do? Can I change my job to make it exciting? Can I create a lifestyle that fits my values and desires? One more important thing Schwartz says. To think creatively, you must stay curious. Be interested in everything. Meet new people. Read different topics. Observe more. When you give your mind new input, it naturally generates new ideas. Creativity doesn't come from an empty mind. It needs fuel, and that fuel is curiosity, exploration, and experimentation. If you want your thinking and dreaming to be creative, you have to drop the "I already know enough" attitude. When you think you know everything, you stop learning. Schwartz says, the most successful and creative people never stop learning. They listen to new perspectives, challenge their views, and grow into better versions of themselves. A creative mind always thinks like a learner. Creative dreaming also includes visualization. Schwartz says when you visualize your dreams clearly, they start to feel more real. But even visualization needs creativity. Imagine how your life would look if you fearlessly followed your ideas. Where would you be? What would you be doing? How would you feel? These images fill you with excitement and energy and push you to take action. So how do you bring creative thinking into daily life? Schwartz shares some practical steps. First, step out of your comfort zone. Do something you've never done before. Read about a new topic, talk to a new person, visit a new place. Second, see every problem as a chance, an opportunity to think and try something new. Third, make brainstorming a habit. Every day, sit down and think of 5 to 10 ideas about your goals or problems, even if they seem silly. Fourth, before rejecting others' ideas, try to understand them, because sometimes inspiration comes from unexpected places. The real beauty of creative thinking and dreaming is this. It takes you from limitation to liberation. Schwartz says, the world remembers people who thought differently, dreamed boldly, and took untraditional paths. And such people are made through practice, courage, and most importantly, belief. Belief that I can do something different. So if you want your life to be more than just survival, if you want it to be a creative expression, start today by asking yourself, am I doing what everyone else is doing? Am I exploring my imagination freely? Am I looking at my dreams from a new angle? When you start answering these honestly, you truly begin to think and dream creatively. And that's where the journey to an extraordinary life begins. So, that was today's book summary, and thank you for listening till the end.